What's up everyone? Noah here, from 840 Movie Caps. Today I'm going to show you an American drama movie with gangsters from 1993 called A Bronx Tale. Watch out! It's spoiler time. The film begins with a brief presentation of the Fordham neighborhood in the Bronx in 1960. Calogero lived on the third floor of a block situated at the intersection of East 667 and Street 187. Sonny was the most dangerous guy in the neighborhood. Everyone loved him and treated him like God. Calogero divinized him. He spends all day and all night looking at Sonny. Calogero loves to accompany his father to work. Lorenzo Anello is a bus driver. Calogero enters Chez Bippy for the first time, the restaurant where all the bad guys of the neighborhood are gathering. Rosina comes after her son and criticizes him because Calogero should not spend his time in pubs at his age. The kid tried to imitate Sonny in everything he did, but the gangster never noticed him. At dinner, Calogero is scolded by his parents and is forbidden to go to the bar. Even if Calogero got punched, Lorenzo already bought 2 tickets to the Yankees game for him and his son. Calogero is taken by police in front of everyone in the neighborhood to say who fired the gun. Sonny and his men were the main suspects, but Calogero lies to the cops. The kid was proud of what he had done, but his father wasn't happy with it. Lorenzo tells him that he did a good thing for a bad man. Calogero is a big baseball fan and wants to get to play for Yankees when he grows up. He asks Lorenzo if he is talented enough to become a player and his father tells him that he can be anything he wants. Lorenzo leaves Calogero at home. One of the Sonny's friends gets on the bus and sends thanks to Lorenzo. He also offers him a very well-paid job, but Lorenzo refuses. Calogero goes to the church to confess the lie he had told to the police. The priest asks Calogero what happened, but the child refuses to tell anything, stating that God is strong in heaven and Sonny is stronger on earth. While repairing his bike in front of the block, the child is taken to see Sonny. Sonny taught the kid a very important lesson about money. From that day on, Calogero began to spend more time working for Sonny and was already making loads of money. The gangster bets $500 on Calogero at craps. The kid is on his lucky day and he wins all the money everyone bet from his first throw. Sonny bets more and earns a lot of money. Calogero won 11 times in a row. Sonny likes the kid and at the end of the day he gives the kid a share of the money he earned. Calogero gets his first nickname in the neighborhood. Sonny calls him C. Everyone was nicer to C because Sonny introduced him to everyone like his boy. C gets some free peaches and takes them to his mother. As soon as the kid enters the house, Lorenzo questions him because he found the money from Sonny. Calogero admitted to his father that he had received the money as a tip at crap games. Lorenzo gets angry and goes with his son to return the money. Rosina tries to convince him to keep the money because they would need it, but she does not succeed. Lorenzo enters Sonny's bar angrily and asks Sonny to leave his child alone. A quarrel begins between the two and Calogero leaves the room. After leaving, Calogero asks his father why he returned Sonny the money, then tells him that whoever works for a living is a sucker. His father gets angry and slaps his face. Lorenzo replies that whoever works is tough, not a guy like Sonny who earns money illegally. The kid tells his dad that everyone likes Sonny just like the people on the bus like Lorenzo. Calogero receives an important lesson from his father who tells him that people are afraid of Sonny, they don't actually like him. Calogero tries to grow up prematurely but does not understand many things. The two get back together and walk into the house under Sonny's eyes. 8 years passed but Calogero continued to spend time with the gangster. In the meantime, Sonny became a very powerful guy in the whole country. They bet on horse racing on Kryptonite, but when the unlucky old man shows up, Sonny breaks the tickets feeling that he will lose the bet. And he was right. Calogero created his own social club with his friends, which he called the Deuces Wild. While they were wasting their time talking, a car of boys from another gang passes defiantly in front of their bar. Calogero is invited to take a bus ride by his father as they used to do when he was a child. On the bus, C can't pay attention to his father because a girl was giving him sweet eyes. Unfortunately for him, the girl lived in the same neighborhood as his rivals. Back in his neighborhood, Calogero runs after a boy who owed him $20. Sonny sees him and gives him a very important life lesson. Calogero asks Sonny if he prefers people to love him or be afraid of him. The gangster tells him that he prefers people to be afraid of him because love is a fleeting feeling. Sonny also teaches Calogero some universal lessons on how to make the people around him stay loyal. A gang of bikers interrupt the two because of the noise they were making, so Sonny goes to solve the problem. Even if the bikers promise to stay cool, they start making trouble in the bar. Sonny asks them to leave, but they start making fun of him. Sonny locks the bar door and starts a real show. The bikers are trampled on by Sonny and his boys. After they beat the bikers, they also destroy their motorcycles. After having fun, the boys leave happily. C and his friends want to buy some guns, but Sonny's ruining their party. The gangster loves C as his child and advises him to stay in school because street life is not for him. In high school, Calogero sees the girl from the bus again, but he is afraid to talk to her. She notes him too and is waiting for him in front of the school. He goes straight to her and starts chatting. Calogero offers to take Jane home to Webster Boulevard. C leaves Jane at the entrance of the neighborhood, being afraid of the enemy gang members who saw them. C tells Sonny about Jane, but he's afraid of his friend's opinion. Sonny advises him to do what his heart tells him. He also said that every man meets only 3 important women in his life. Calogero is building up his courage and tells Sonny that he will try to have a relationship with Jane. Sonny gives his car to Calogero on the first date and tells him to give Jane the door test. Jane is a keeper if she tries to unlock C's door after she's in the car. If not, she's a selfish woman. C goes to pick up Jane in Sonny's beautiful red Cadillac. Jane comes along with her brother, who claims to have been beaten by Calogero. They begin to argue and Jane leaves disappointed. Lorenzo sees Calogero when he returns to the neighborhood and questions him. The two fight and Calogero runs away from home. Everything seems to go wrong tonight for C. Sonny's been nasty to him for the first time since they've known each other. Lorenzo comes to help his child but is stopped and hit by Sonny's boys. Calogero meets with his friends who have set up a plan to get revenge on the enemy gang. At the traffic light, Sonny shows up at the car window and takes Calogero with him. The gangster knew that those teenagers' influence was negative for C, so he threatened them to leave him alone. In the car, C asks Sonny why he doesn't trust him after all this time, and the gangster tells him that this is the only way he can stay alive. Calogero finds out that Jane has just been looking for him in the neighborhood, so he starts running, hoping to meet her to apologize. The two quickly make up and decide to be a couple. While they were kissing, C realized Jane's brother was in great danger. C's friends went to the opponent's neighborhood to get revenge. They got in the car and Jane passed the test Sonny was telling C about, which made the kid leaping for joy. Calogero's friends arrive in their enemy's neighborhood and make a big scandal. They throw Molotov cocktails at a store, but a kid from the opposing gang throws one back into their car. The kids catch fire and the car explodes in a matter of seconds. C arrives too late and sees what is left of his friends. Those in the opposing gang are not very happy to see him, so he has to leave the area quickly. Calogero flees back to the neighborhood with the desire to tell Sonny how grateful he is for saving his life. He walks into the bar and sees Sonny on the opposite side. He hurried to reach him but saw a man he did not know approaching Sonny. C felt something was wrong and he was right. Sonny's been eliminated. Sonny's death gathered the deadliest gangsters from all over the country. Calogero stood back and noticed that no one cared about Sonny, as the man used to teach him. In the end, C was left alone with Sonny to tell him what he had in mind. He thanked him for saving his life and told him that Jane was the one. Another man appears in the room. He was the guy Sonny saved his life 8 years ago when Calogero lied to the police. Lorenzo also shows up to say goodbye to his son's friend. In the end, Calogero understands that the choices one make will shape his life forever and that the saddest thing of all is wasted talent. This was just another Bronx tale. Now that you got your spoilers right, go watch the full movie to find the missing parts. Thank you for watching the video.